Hi. Students often ask me, what is the best way to study? What is the most efficient way to practice? Well, there's a system for that, and I will explain you how that works. Now for this, I'm going to take exercise 65 from the Creative Violin book 1, and that is the Minuet in G major by Johann Sebastian Bach. Right. The first step. Now if you're a student at Creative Violin, you know every exercise, every song has its own video. So that's where we start. Play the video. Put down the violin and play the video, and download, of course. You have to have the page of the book in front of you. So download the page and you have that in front of you. Play the video and read along with the notes. Read along. And if that goes well, fantastic. If you couldn't keep up, then just repeat that. Just as long you can follow the notes from the beginning to the end. And then you have the song in your mind and you have seen the notes already. So you will know what's coming, right? Sort of. Because now comes step 2. Shut down the video and take out the violin. Violin time. Now we're going to look at the notes, but we're going to forget the tempo of in which the video was playing. Forget the tempo, we're going to do it note by note. First, search all the notes on the violin. That's step 2, right? So let's see. We have to cut it up. Because yes, what do students do wrong? They're playing the piece from the start to the end. There were quite some mistakes there. So let's do that again, starting to the end. And say a piece it has a duration of about 2-3 minutes. Every time you play it, it's costing you 2-3 minutes. So before you know it, you're working for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you haven't achieved anything. Nothing. The only thing you have achieved are the bad habits, all these mistakes that you're learning yourself. And getting rid of those bad habits, that's difficult. That's really difficult. So we don't want the bad habits. What we're going to do is the system. We're going to cut up the piece, cut up in pieces of 2 measures. Let's say 2 measures here. 1 or 2 measures. I'm going for 2. So measure 1 and measure 2, that's all I'm going to focus on. The rest is not there. I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to focus on 2 measures. That's it. I'll tell you why in a moment. You'll see. So, with the melody in mind, let's see how the fingers are working on the violin. We start off with the 3rd finger on the D string. And then next note is 3rd finger on the D string. And then the A string. And then this 1, 2, and 3 again. And we skip to the 3rd on the D again. Those are the notes. One more time. Take your time for that. As slow as you can. 3rd, jump, jump again. 2 up bows. Okay. I haven't seen that the first time, maybe the 2nd or 3rd time, but I'm playing it slowly so the notes go first. Now, remembering the melody, I have a quarter note and then these 1/8 notes. Well, let's do that really slowly, but now in a sort of tempo, slow tempo. There's a bow there. Okay, now I see it, because I'm playing it slowly. Separate. Jump. Up. Got it. Okay. One more time. Bow. I've got it. One more time. Nailed it. That's it. Okay, going well. Now let's take a look at the next two measures. Measure 3 and 4. I see something there. I see a quarter note, then 2/8 with a tie, and then 2 separate eighths, and then a quarter note and 2 upbeats again. Does that sound familiar? Same as bar 1 and 2. So, with rhythmic, with bowing, I already studied bar 3 and 4 without even looking at it. So I'm halfway already. The only difference is the notes. Well, let's figure those out. What notes are they? We start with a 4. We go 2 with the bow. I see the tie. I can see that now. Separate. Jump to the 3 again. Got it. One more time. Okay, one more time. Okay, once you nailed that as well, what's the next step? Bar 5 and 6? No. The next step is, now we're going to glue these 4 bars together and see what happens then. So we'll start with bar 1, measure 1, bar measure, it's all the same, right? Bar 1 until bar 4. See if we can match them together. 3 and the jump. 4. Jump. 4. But now, I'm going to tell you something. What happens when you glue a few measures together, right? What happens is you're probably going to make a mistake at the glue point, like this. It's all experience, what I've seen with my students. I know what I'm talking about. Ah, 4. It was a 4. Right. If that happens, maybe you're playing too fast. If you do it slower, watch what happens. And because I'm playing so slow, I have time to see, that's a 4th finger. Ah. 3. Okay, get it? So if you're going wrong, if you're making mistakes, you're playing too fast. Slow down, take it quite a step slower. Okay, now when you get that right, we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 together. Then we go to the next step. Just like the first step, we're going to play bar 5 and 6. That's it, 2 bars only. Well, what do I see there? Same rhythm, same bowing as in the first measure. I see quarter notes, 2 eighth notes with a tie, 2 separate eighth notes there. And the next bar, the same. Starts with a 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, remember the A string and the 3. Okay, one more time. One more time, and so forth. Next step, bar 7 and 8. 7, same rhythm. Oh, you can see that. Hey, same rhythm exactly as the first 2 bars, as bar 3 and 4. Rhythm is exactly the same with these 2 upbeats. I can see it immediately because I've studied that without even looking at it. Just different notes. Second, time. If it goes well. And so on. Next step, no, not from bar 1 to bar 8. That's one step further. Well, let's just glue these last 4 notes. So I'm gonna start off in bar 5 up till bar 8. Second finger, remember? And if it goes wrong somewhere, you're playing too fast. All right, slow it down again. And if you get it right, then you increase the tempo. Only then. Just until the level where things go wrong again. That's your tempo. Don't go beyond that. So maybe a little pace back again. And if you study it that way, it's going to take you such a long time. No, it's not. Because you're playing so slow? No, it's not, because you're learning really quickly. Because what is the time we're playing right now? Maybe I'm studying this now for 5 or 6 minutes, right? Do you see what I mean? You've got bar 1 up till bar 8 covered. And now it's the time we're going to glue them all together. Bar 1 to, until bar 8. Well, and so on. Okay, now. And that's the trick. 2 bars at a time. Then, next 2 bars, glue 4 bars. Next bar, 2 bars, next 2 bars, glue those. And then maybe take the whole sentence and go on, right? That's it. Now, what's the next step? We go to bar number 7, 8, 9. Bar 9. Okay, let's have a look. We're going to take 2 bars. Watch what happens right now. 3 with the 3rd finger. It's a jump. Oh, does that look familiar? Bar 9 and 10 are exactly the same as bar 1 and 2. Hey, the next 2 bars are exactly the same as bar 3 and 4. Hey, the whole line is exactly this. It's repeating itself. The whole line is repeating itself. How about that? I have studied all the way down, almost to the rehearsal marks, without even looking at half of this line. How about that? So from bar 9, I can play it. I did that. Now this is different. Same rhythm, but only different notes. Which notes are they? Okay, bar 15 and 16, separate. Let me see. Okay, got it. Let's glue the last 4 measures from bar 13. That's it. Okay, now you have the same sentence, but only the last 2 bars of each sentence, they're a little bit different. So that makes it easy. So I studied the half, I really focused on that, and the other half, I really can play that because I studied the first part. Now you see what the efficiency is in this way of studying. And this goes for a lot of pieces, especially in the beginning. You're going to encounter this kind of repetition of rhythm, but with just different notes. A lot of pieces have that. So study, focus on very small pieces, small parts, and only on those. And then next, glue them together. That's the system. And of course, needless to say, do it slow. Play slow as you can follow by reading. That's really, really important. Now, what do we gain with that? By reading, you learn to read the notes, you learn to combine the reading with the fingers on the violin. You're placing them on the right place because you have time to figure out where is it the high second finger, is it the low second finger. You've got time for that because you're playing slowly. Is it a fourth finger or is it open string? Where is it going next? You've got time for that because you're playing it slowly. And this is a perfect way to study. Efficient way as well, because in very little time you're going to be able to play this piece by Bach. So let's say we focus on this in 1 or 2, maybe 3 days, just until the rehearsal line. Yeah? Let's take a week for the whole piece to study and play it along with the tempo of the video. Now, day 3 or maybe day 4, we're gonna skip the first part and we're gonna start off at the rehearsal mark, right? We're gonna do it exactly the same way. Okay, let's take a look. Fourth finger on the E. Same rhythm, we got used to that by now with the tie 2 eighths, separate 2 eighths, everything easy now, right? So just the notes, slowly, fourth, jump. That's it. Okay. You know the drill. So these two and then the next 2 bars, glue those together again, but just this part. So take 2 days for the second half of the piece. Then you've covered everything in study. Now, if that goes right, maybe day 5, day 6, maybe day 7, I don't care how long it takes, right? But then you can glue the whole piece together eventually. And take it slow, don't play too quickly yet, but see that you get the notes all right. So if you make a lot of mistakes, then you know the tempo is too fast. Slow down. That is it. If you can't keep up with the video just yet, well, guess what? You can put the video in a slow mode as well. Just hover over the video, then on the right side you see the 1x. If you click on that, you can determine the video speed, easy. But also, if you want to just rehearse 2 bars with the video, you can press the A-B, and the starting point, you press the I on the keyboard, in, the I for in, and then where the sequence ends, you press O for out, in and out. Then this video will loop between those bars. You can set that just like you want. Perfect way to study. Okay, that is the efficient study. Now I have one thing to add to that, because if you play slowly or if you play fast, it's a different approach. So we'll talk about approach right now. If I can play slowly, I would use the whole bow. All right? Okay, now if I would play it fast, I would use less bow, maybe even only that. Only. If I would play it this fast with a whole bow, I can't get it right. So the faster you go, the tinier the bow you use. But the video will be something like that. But you still see, this is the part of the bow I'm using. So if you study slowly, you have to know how the bowing should be when you're playing faster. Now, how do you find out? By looking at the video. Just see how I'm playing that on the video, and you can see the amount of bow that I'm using, and that's what you have to do when you play it slow. So if you study slow, don't use the whole bow there, but no, you're going to play it faster, playing it with lesser bow. We're going to study the same way. And now it's going to be exactly the same as... Got it? That's one thing to really keep in mind if you're slowing down for practice. So know how you're going to play it when you play it faster, and that's the way you have to keep in mind. Study it that way. Am I making sense? Yes, I am. So study efficiently, and this is the complete new way of approaching your study, and this is going to save you tons of time. I wish you happy practicing.